we have successfully satisfied the first element, which is specific, and it shows all across in the documentation. The next element that we'll be looking at would be measurable, letter M. Specific to measurement, it shows there what would be the measurement piece for Eve to be considered successful. We're not looking at the NPS scores. We're looking at the manifestation of the actions. Now, hold your horses. Most of you might think it would be best to put there the NPS rating where she is right now. And I agree. But we don't want to be blinded by the scores. We have to make sure we focus on the manifested action. These 4 steps that you would see on the screen, that is what you want Eve to consistently do in all of her inbound calls. Based upon the research, if Eve would consistently follow these first steps sequentially in every call, the NPS rating would go up. So we won't be looking at the score as our form of measurement whether we're successful. We'll be looking at the manifestation of these steps in every call, and that will be our measurement piece. 5 out of 8, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 8, 8 out of 8. First, second, third, fourth week. Even to the specific measurement of the calls. You won't listen, or the supervisor will not be listening to the whole call. The supervisor will only listen to the last 1 or 2 minutes of the call. Because that's where the NPS statement is supposed to be. It also shows there the unit of measurement. It's going to be 5 recorded calls and 3 live calls. So everything is measurable. At the end of the month, there should be 5 to 6 statements that Eve should be able to choose from based upon one statement. If she creates one statement every coaching or prior to a coaching, and then that supervisor and Eve agrees to that she can use it, then that adds to her list of statements that she can use. And that will be our measure piece. So it's measurable. Got it? For Eve to ensure she's able to attain this, so that she could meet the numbers 5 out of 8, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 8. For it to be attainable, she has to go ahead and believe that she can, by providing us what steps she's willing to take to ensure that these steps happen. This is an agreement between a supervisor and an agent. The supervisor should not be the only one investing on this. The supervisor should influence the agent to also invest on it. And based upon what we have, he pretty much has 2 or 3 actions to ensure that it will become attainable. First action is going to place a post-it on the side of her screen as a reminder. And then she'll document every instance that she did it or she provided an NPS statement. And then she's going to tally it with the number of calls she had in a day. It should match. And then she should come up with another statement in preparation for the next coaching. And she's going to deliver it to the supervisor. If the supervisor agrees to it, then it adds to her list of NPS statements that she could use. On the flip side, aside from the agent, the supervisor should also have a plan in place to ensure that he's also able to attain or execute what he promised. And what did the supervisor promise? The supervisor promised to listen to 8 calls a week, 5 recorded calls and 3 live calls. What the supervisor did would be, as you would see there, indicated only 1 to 2 minutes. So if you're going to compute that, let's say 1 or 2 minutes, let's say 2 minutes. 8 calls, that's 16 minutes in total. The time it takes you to pull up a call randomly, let's add 3 minutes. After listening, it takes you 3 minutes to get another call to listen to and adjust it to the last 1 to 2 minutes. So 3 times 8, that would be 8, 16, 24 minutes. Plus the original 16. So the supervisor will be investing somewhere around 40 to 45 minutes for that agent alone as a follow-up, listening to that call. So if that's 45 minutes for one agent, how many agents does a supervisor have? Does a supervisor have 15? Let's not even bring it to 20, 15. That agent, Eve, is not the only agent that he's coaching, which means that he also needs to listen to calls from other agents. It may not be the last 2 minutes of a recorded call or a live call. It could be the first 2 minutes of a recorded call, or on the 8 to 10 minutes, depending upon what behavior is being addressed. If the supervisor sees it as being attainable, yes, I can do this. This is enough time for me to invest for this agent, then so be it. The supervisor has to confirm whether the action plan in place is attainable. His role within that action plan is attainable. The things he promised, can he attain it? Is it attainable? And if the answer is yes, then we've satisfied the third element of a smart action plan, which would be attainable. With me so far? Most people would say, this is a lot of documentation. Yes. This is by far a layman's way of documenting the action plan. And as you would see, that's what the action plan looks like. Proceed now to the next element would be letter R, relevant or realistic. This is closely knit with attainable. Because if it's not realistic, you won't be able to attain it. And if it's not relevant, there's no point for you to attain it. So in this example, they are focusing on NPS, Net Promoter Score, to bring it to 70%. That's very relevant because it's all about customer centricity. And in terms of it being realistic, the steps are not confusing. It's not complicated. It's 4 simple steps, one after the other. Even the actions that she opted to do to ensure consistency in sequentially following those steps, they are very, very clear and simple. Placing a post-it and then documenting every instance. Based on this, we've satisfied the fourth element, which would be realistic, or letter R. Realistic or relevant. Which brings us now to letter T. Time bound. It shows here when the coaching was. It shows here when the next coaching would be. It also shows there that there would be a weekly check-in. It also shows there that August 24th is the next follow-up date. That is for time bound. So go ahead, enjoy this document. Just don't mind the aesthetics. Look at the content. It would guide you in creating your own smart action plan. At least it may serve as a framework for you. Please feel free to watch other videos which could serve as a supplementary information or knowledge that would help you out understanding this video as well. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week. Be awesome because nobody can stop you from being.